can actually save you time in the kitchen, and we can actually save you money at the grocery store, because if you have a specific meal plan for your needs, that food isn't going to the garbage can. So you can actually save money on the front end, and you can earn money on the back end by telling a few people about what you're doing.
Welcome to Exploring Mind and Body with Drew Tadia. Drew is an expert in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. And he wants to help you live a healthier, longer, and more active life. Now here's your host, Drew Tadia.
Welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our True Form Life community, wherever you may be. And we have listeners all over the world on terrestrial radio and as a podcast. So again, we couldn't be more grateful for you to be joining us, whether this is your first time, whether you're a regular listener. We've been doing this for over 10 years. I know it is crazy. Today, we're talking about what it takes to level up your fitness game, and specifically why busy moms aren't seeing fitness results. So what happened here is I actually took this clip off one of our Facebook lives. So I did facebook.live/Drew Tadia. I've been putting up more content on this personal page. We also have a business page and a number of other pages. But for this specific show, I'll just mention I got a new mic that I hooked up to my phone and I jumped on, and I thought it was good enough quality to throw up here as well. So I hope you enjoy, but I'm not going to leave you with that just yet. I just want to mention what's happening with this show in particular, and I'll just give you a bit of background of what's going to happen or what you're going to hear. So in most cases, we work with busy moms. 80% plus of our audience is busy moms, and they often come to us and they say, why am I not seeing results? And I say, you're not seeing results because you're not emotionally invested. And the reason you're not emotionally invested is because you're not financially invested. And now throughout this show, I'm going to explain in detail what this means. But the very basics or the very bottom is that let me take a step back. The very basics is if you're not financially invested, you're not emotionally invested. So the problem is a lot of people, because fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, all this stuff is abundantly free online. You can pull up any YouTube channel and you'll see thousands of free YouTube workout videos, which is fine. But the problem here is that we get free stuff all the time, and unfortunately we don't value free. So the biggest problem here that I see is people have dabbled, like they've never really signed up, financially invested, and then of course are emotionally invested in a program. A lot of people I talk to have never had a coach. Some have gone to some fitness classes once in a while. Some people have hired a personal trainer one-off, but they haven't not specifically hired a coach with a specific program and process to take you from point A, which is your starting point, to point B, which is what the results that you're looking for. So the problem here with dabbling is that we have to figure out how invested we are in whatever that is. So if it's free, we're not emotionally invested. We already went over that. We've done that before. We have YouTube. We've tried YouTube videos. We've even asked friends, family members, people that have worked out before. Maybe we have a cousin or someone in the family that does design workout programs, or they've done that in the past. You ask them to help you out. They've helped you out, and that showed almost zero results because you're not committed. And here's the thing, is that what I mentioned in the show is that a lot of times people used to come to me and they'd ask for a program. It'd be friends or family members. And at the time I was excited and I wanted to help them. I was going to change the world. And it took me a while to realize, because they weren't really paying, it was maybe they got discounted or I gave it to them for free because I felt bad for charging them. They didn't pay anything. So of course they weren't not financially invested, which means they weren't emotionally invested. They had no skin in the game, and they didn't put much effort into the program. They got zero results, didn't make me feel good because I wasn't helping them, and they didn't really believe in what I did because they didn't put any effort into the program. Then they said, oh, it's the program. It's the program's fault, right? So, but if we were to look at the exact opposite, and we were to say the most successful people in the world, they have the best coaches in the world. Think about Olympic athletes. If you can't, anyone can't just be an Olympic athlete. You don't take a weekend course and you show up and you're like, all right, I'm going to train some Olympians. You got to have years of experience. You got to be vetted. You have to show results. The whole country's looking at you to help these athletes perform at the highest level. So, and you could look at a business coach, top CEO. You could look at salespeople. You could look at speakers. They all have coaches. It's not like they just woke up one day and were like, I'm really good at sales, or I'm a fantastic speaker. They've all had coaches. And here, what I'm going to talk about here is how, as the levels work, like as you level up. So from the very beginning, you start out free, which means zero action, zero results. And then you start to dabble. Maybe you get a personal train. Maybe you get a gym membership, a little bit of results, but not really invested. And then you level up to I don't want to give away the whole show here, but I'll end this here shortly. But as you move up the ranks, you are more invested, which means you see more results. So of course, the more you're invested, the more results you see, the more you improve your skill or whatever that is that you're looking for. So I'm going to leave that at that. I hope you enjoyed this show. I'll wrap up at the end. And if you got something out of it, head over to our Facebook page that I mentioned earlier, facebook.com/DrewTadia, and let us know that you've enjoyed the show, because we'd love to bring you more content just like this. Sit back and enjoy. We got all that coming up.
This is Exploring Mind and Body. Naturally improve your lifestyle one show at a time with your host, Drew Tadia.
I'll jump on and do a quick little training for you guys and explain why moms aren't really seeing the fitness results that you're looking for. So this will be a quick one. I'll do a full audio version on Exploring Mind and Body, which is my radio show and podcast. And you can check that out on any podcasting platform or exploringmindandbody.com. But here's the issue. And let me know in the comments if you guys are in here. Drop a fire emoji maybe below. Let me know if you're tuning in. Maybe below. And let me know if my mic issues have started again. I feel like my mic is just barely hanging on, but I'm okay with that. Don't touch it. It's not broken. Okay, so here we go. And so here's the thing, is that we're not seeing the fitness results that we're looking for because we're not emotionally invested. And the reason we're not emotionally invested is because we're not financially invested. And the worst part about that is once you find something that works, then we start self-sabotage, which is from the very beginning of giving ourselves reasons why we're not worth it. So it could be my spouse, I have to check with my spouse, or my spouse isn't supportive. It could be I can't afford it, even though we have items we never use, clothes we never wear, etc., cars or houses that are bigger than what we need, but we've told ourselves we need them, right? And some level we told ourselves that we deserve them. And then the other one is that, so those are the main objections, is that I don't have support, or I don't have to ask my spouse. I have to, when in most cases your spouse would fully support you, even though, but that's the self-sabotage, right? That's that lizard brain that tells us we can't afford it. It tells us that we don't have time, and it tells us we don't have that support. So those are the three main self-sabotaging objections that we come up with in our own brain, even though other areas of life show that these things aren't true. So when it comes to like fitness in particular, it's the thing is with moms in particular, busy moms in particular, which is the majority of our audience, is that they spend so much time on other people. So I don't have time because that's spent on kids or spouse. I don't have money, but you don't think about spending whatever the kid needs, whether that's your kids need, whether that's sports, food, shelter. It could be necessities, or it could be pleasure. If kids want to go to a birthday party, you find the money to buy a little toy. So you're not the only one. So you're not the only one that didn't bring a present, right? But let me get back to my main topic here. And I want to keep this short and efficient for you guys, so you can jump in here and watch real quick and then get on with your day, or you can watch the replay. So it's important to understand that there's different levels of investment. So the biggest reason that you're not seeing results with your fitness is because you're not invested financially. I suppose if you look at it, you're not emotionally invested, which means you're not. And the reason you're not emotionally invested is because you're not financially invested. So let's look at the wide spectrum. Let's look at the wide spectrum. So you could be at the very bottom And let's look at the results, for example. If you're at the very bottom and you have zero results, you are taking zero action, right? That's an easy one. If there's no action taken, you're going to see no results. I just want to unmute me for a second. Like zero results. Okay. So make sure my volume's okay. Okay. So at the very bottom, zero action equals zero results, right? And then at the top of the spectrum, you have probably the best coach in the world, and you've invested in yourself as much as you possibly can financially, which is why you're emotionally invested as much as possible. So let's take it step by step. I'll just give you a rough idea of what that looks like as you move up the ranks. So zero results, you're taking zero action, you have invested zero on your fitness to drop pounds, burn body fat, increase energy, feel better about yourself. So that's zero, right? That's quite clear. The next level is free stuff still. So you could look at YouTube videos, or you could look at Netflix has a bunch of, you can go check that out. I guess Netflix has this new partnered with Nike, bunch of free workouts that you paid for, right? So again, I wouldn't even consider that paid, right? Let's consider invested, right? I wouldn't even consider that, because you have purchased that package for movies or TV shows, not for fitness. That's just a byproduct. So again, zero invested in your fitness. You could try, and what has happened? You have dabbled in workouts a little bit. You have tried a couple workouts here and there, but you haven't really invested, and you're not financially invested, you're not emotionally invested. So again, dabbling here and there with random workouts for free, close to zero results. The next level would be a gym, for example. So I'm going to write all this out. Actually, I was planning on taking notes, but it's difficult to talk and take notes at the same time. I'm going to write this out, and I'm going to create a graphic for you guys. If you want that graphic, drop just a comment below. Say, I'd love the graphic, so you can actually see what the tiers look like as you move up and invest more in yourself to see more results. So the next level is lower level, let's say gym, like a lower level gym. I don't know, like I'm pretty sure in the US, like Planet Fitness is like $19 a month, right? So very little investment. Again, very little emotional investment. And then you have very little results. In fact, a facility like Planet Fitness brings in pizza once a week. They keep their prices very low, so you don't even know that money's coming out of your account, and you don't really care much about it because it's only $20. You're not really thinking about, oh, I should cancel that. It's going to take you more time and effort to cancel that program. So you just keep paying for it, right? So pretty much zero results, very small investment, almost no emotional investment, right? So then you could get into a higher level gym. Like you could get into a boutique gym, or it could be a fitness type of gym, like a fitness class type of gym, which is better, right? But still lower level investment. Oh, you know what? Let's stay with gym. I'll come back to that. We'll stay with gyms, for example. So then the next level would be maybe hiring a personal trainer, right? So more investment. You have a little bit of accountability. Someone's going to see you, either design you a program and then let you go off on your own, or see you possibly once or twice a week. And that's it. You have your fitness program. So you see a little bit of results, a little bit of motivation, because you have finally invested something into your health. So from there, you start to see results. It's not completely everything that you're looking for, everything that you want. So you need to level up, and you say, okay, I need to either find a new trainer that knows more about nutrition, or I need to hire a nutritionist. So now we have more financial investment. So we have more emotional investment. See what's happening here? As we carry on up the ladder, we invest more financially, which means we invest more emotionally. And the problem here is that if we were to take a step back before we got to the trainer stage, or before we got to the nutritionist stage, we could look at something I failed to mention was many times you get free workouts, right? So, and that could be, those free workouts could be online, like I talked about YouTube. That could be a friend or family member, or that could be someone that took a course and is just basically giving them away, looking to get experience. And again, if you're not investing anything financially, then you're not emotionally invested. And the problem with that is you see very little results. And it rarely happens anymore, but one of my least favorite things to do is when a friend comes and says, hey, my wife needs a program. Can you help her out? Because in most cases, they don't really want to pay. That's why they're coming to a friend. And I really don't like to do that, because I know how the system works. I know how that if they're not going to be financially invested, they're not going to be emotionally invested, they're not going to get anything out of the program. It's not going to make me feel good or look good as a coach. And because they're not going to follow through, again, because there's very little to zero investment in the health in your program. So that's at the lower level. That's the free, or that has very little, a very little, entry, like an entry fee, low level entry fee. Anyone could try that. Anyone could show up and disappear, and no one's going to say anything, much like the gym, the gym structure. So as we move up the ranks, we talked about having a personal trainer. And this is just a rough overview. You might find a personal trainer that knows a lot about nutrition. In most cases, they know very little about nutrition, so they can help you level up with fitness. So you're investing a bit more in your fitness, more emotionally invested. So to see more results, you're going to have to find someone that knows more about nutrition. So you either hire a different trainer or a coach, or you hire a nutritionist and you pair the two. The problem with that is that you need a workout program and a nutrition program to pair, to work together. If you have one type of exercise program and it's very, it contradicts what you're trying to do. Like, you could have a high carb type of diet. Many people are going to the fasting, or they're going to high protein, high fat, zero carbs. So it really depends on your goals. You have to find someone that can work together. If they're two different people, you have to find two people that will work together. In most cases, they're just cookie cutter programs. So like, here's a nutrition program. That's all they know how to design. There you go. Good luck. Go do it. And if that doesn't match up with your fitness program, you're not going to see the results you're looking for, because they should both work together, right? So that's the next level of having your nutrition and having your fitness. So then if you want to level up, you find a coach, and a coach, like a good quality coach should be able to offer the nutrition and fitness as a package on their own. And on top of that, they have other deliverables. Like, they should have a program that's very specific to your needs. Like, our specific program is our MAP program, Metabolism Accelerator program, which is perfect for busy moms, because we talk about hormones, we talk about efficient workouts, we talk about how to make meals in 30 minutes that the whole family's going to enjoy. It's not how to spend 3 hours in the gym a day to get the best results, to get your PR, to get your powerlifting, right? It's not how to make a gourmet meal. That's a different type of program. So when you hire a coach, you want someone that has a package that's very specific to your needs. But when you're paying for more skills, right? So someone should have more experience. They should have more skills. They should have exactly what you want. So the more that they offer, the more of an investment that you're going to need to make. And again, remember we talked about at the beginning, is that in most cases, you're not seeing the results you're looking for, is because you're not financially invested enough, which means you're not emotionally invested. You're not going to put in the time and effort it takes to see results. So, and then on top of that, so if you're looking for a unique package specific to your needs, not only are you paying for a package specific to everything that you need, and including support. Like I said, deliverables, I can't say the word, deliverables is different from each different coach. Like, we have a text group, we have a private group where we run challenges. Other coaches may have just group coaching. They may have weekly coaching calls. It really varies from program to program. But I'm just trying to explain to you the main reason that most people don't see results is because they don't invest anything. They are too busy trying to find free stuff online. Like, think about all the time and effort you've spent trying to find the perfect free program, which there isn't one, or you've bounced around from gym to gym thinking that gym or that atmosphere is going to find you the results you're looking for, when that's not the case. You need to be properly invested, so you're emotionally invested, so you're going to see the results that you're looking for. And then finally, like, if you are looking at the top level, for example, you're looking at someone, you're basically paying for how quickly someone can get you the results you're looking for. So if you have someone that's really good at what they do, you have two people that is really good at what they do. The person that can get you results quicker will move to the top of the tier, and their investment will be higher because you're saving time. And here's the thing. Most people value either time or money, not both. So if if it's been 10, 20, 30 years and you haven't hired a coach, you value your money more than your time, because you weren't willing to trade your money in exchange to have your time back to finally see the results that you're looking for. You understand what I'm saying there? And then some people, you see those people that maybe, I don't know, they could be younger, or they could be, understand the value of a coach, or they could understand that their time is worth more than their money. So they're more willing to invest in themselves, and they see results very quickly. And people are like, oh my gosh, what did they do? There must be a magic program. There's not such a magic program. It's that they understand that they'd rather invest their money and save time in the long run. And think about quality of life. Like, how many times or how often do you see someone that is overweight, unhealthy? They are, they don't have any confidence. They're miserable, depression, all those things. And they feel like they're saving money by not hiring a proper coach to help them find the program they're looking for so they can improve their quality of life, which will, at the back end, will extend years because they're going to be happier. They're going to be healthier. They're going to be on less medication. They're going to feel better about themselves. But that's the very basics or the very root of where I'm going here, is that in most cases, and it's really hard with moms in particular, like I said earlier, that's who we mostly work with. And it's funny because I talk to busy moms all the time, and it's like, I don't have time for this. I don't have money for that. I'm too busy taking care of my kids. But anything that the kids need, which is fantastic, your child is your priority, you just magically find that money when they need something, right? And I would work to stretch your comfort zone and say, you need this. Like, you need a program that you can follow, that your kids can, so that will take you to a place where your kids can look up to you and where you can be that shining light, where you can be that representative, where they can work towards wanting to be like you. Maybe look, talk, feel, act, walk. You want to be that person that they look up to, right? And when you continue to put yourself at the bottom of the list, that offers little, maybe a small amount of a type of role model for them. And you should be up here and they're working towards you, right? And the last aspect I'll talk about here and I'll let you go, is self-sabotage. I see it almost every day. And it's really hard. It's really hard to see because you can't make people change their mind. And we're not in the business of changing people's minds. We offer advice and we offer a specific program and we offer support. But if someone's not ready for that, you can't make them do anything. And I would highly suggest trying to avoid making someone, because a lot of people come to us and we have a really nice referral program. It's $250 cash if you send someone to us. If you're in our program, you send someone to us, so you can make your investment back quite quickly. If you just send a few people our way, it's not really a big thing. But the best way to do that is to show results for yourself. Then other people come to you and they're like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. What are you doing? Oh, here you go. They'll help you. Cash in your pocket, right? So, but that's the self-sabotage of, oh, I can't afford it, even though you could probably make your money back in a short amount of time if you put in the time and effort to give yourself that full body transformation that we're looking for and that you're looking for as well. But the last aspect I was talking about is that self-sabotage. We see it all the time, is that we don't picture what success looks like to us. Like, we don't envision that. And that's part of our program is I love to walk our clients through that. And I say, give me a perfect scenario. Take me to a beach. What are you wearing? What are you feeling? And when I'm sitting across, we do a Zoom call. It's just called the free discovery call. Just have a conversation, see what you're looking for, if we can help. And their eyes light up and they're like, I'm feeling good. A lot of people say, I'm free. I'm feeling free. I'm not feeling self-conscious. Everyone's not looking at me. I'm energized. I'm playing with the kids. It's a beautiful picture. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't we work towards that? And then some people just self-sabotage. Oh, I can't afford it. And not even I've had people say I can't afford it before even talking about the price, right? Or I don't have time. And haven't even talked about, we can actually save you time in the kitchen and we can actually save you money at the grocery store, because if you have a specific meal plan for your needs, that food isn't going to the garbage can. It's not spoiling. It's not sitting in the back of the fridge. You're not throwing it out. So you can actually save money on the front end, and you can earn money on the back end by telling a few people about what you're doing, right? But again, these are limiting mindsets that we have, and it's not your fault. In many cases, this is what you've been told. This is what's been ingrained in you. And it's not 5 or 6 years. It's 10 or 20 years of, I'm not worth it. I don't deserve this. I can't afford it. And like all those self-sabotaging thoughts come back to, I'm not worth it. So we really have to dig deep and find out why you feel you're not worth feeling and looking fantastic and being a role model for your children. Because that's probably the greatest thing that you can do is walk the walk and talk the talk and have your kids follow in that path, instead of telling them what they should eat and what they should be doing and you're not doing it yourself. The hardest thing for us to see is when someone joins one of our programs and they start to see results, and you can see in them, they're dropping inches, they're dropping weight, they're brighter, their skin is glowing, they've got a twinkle in their eye, and then that self-sabotage starts to creep in. And probably the worst thing that could happen is they go back to where they were and say, oh, I don't deserve this happiness. I don't deserve to wear smaller clothing and to go to the store and not buy that large size that almost embarrasses. Right? So we don't feel like we deserve that. So we revert back and we go back to the same thing that wasn't working. So you lose your support group. you lose a coach or a mentor, you stop following a program that has specific steps to take you exactly where you need to go. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm just going to do it on my own now. I know what to do, which is a lie, right? It's a lie. You're lying to yourself. Self-sabotage. You don't feel like you're worth the success, so you go back to exactly where you started. So I'm going to leave you with that. Hopefully that was helpful.
True Form Life.
All right, so that's going to wrap things up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of our live that we threw up there from Facebook. And it's something that we do on a regular basis. You can find us all around social media, but often on Facebook, facebook.com/trueformlife. That's our business page. And then we have a couple free groups. You can more than welcome to reach out to us. We have one group that's more specific for supplements in general, clean supplements with clean ingredients that actually make a difference. And then we have another page that I've mentioned here in the past, and that's basically to help busy moms save time in the grocery store and the kitchen so you can do more of the things that you love. That's more recipes, nutrition, ingredients, and more things like that. But at any rate, I hope that you got something out of that show. As I wrap this up here and let you know that you really do have the opportunity to find a program that works for you. If you're willing to invest. And that's what it comes down to. If you're willing to put in the time and effort, if you're willing to invest your time, if you're willing to emotionally invest because you're financially invested, you can get much better at whatever it is you're doing. This show, over the years, I've talked about many different aspects of lifestyle. This one here in particular is more directed towards busy moms and actually seeing the results that you're looking for. And as I mentioned, being a role model and having your children look up to you and setting the bar higher, I suppose. You do have that opportunity. And I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not trying to talk you into working with us specifically. We don't have a program that works for everyone. We know that. We're very clear with that. We find the best success with people that are very specific of what they're looking for. And if we have what they want, those are the types of people that find amazing success, which we're super excited about. Like Dorothy just lost 10 pounds and 6.5 inches in 3 weeks. Laura lost, now she's on week 2, and she lost, she's at 8 pounds and 5 inches in 2 weeks, which is incredible. These are great results, but these are committed people that came in. They had the proper mindset. And we have plenty more coming. We have this new MAP program, Metabolism Accelerator program, and there's a lineup of people trying to get in, and I'm being tough on them. I'm trying to narrow down. I want just success stories, full body transformations, people that are going to put in the effort, that want to see results, not people that want to dabble, like, oh, I think I'm interested, or I threw up a reel and I was mentioning the perfect mindset, which maybe could be an episode for a future show. But I said that one of the people that just joined us for the program, she said, you know what? I'm worth it. And I thought those 3 words were so powerful. Like, that is a power statement. I'm worth it. And then another one that just jumped on board, and she said, you know what, we had this conversation, and she had a workout partner and was going to a gym and wasn't seeing them results. And I said, you know what, you might have to change a few things, because the more you change, the more results you're going to see. And then the problem is a lot of people don't want to change anything at all. Or if they do, they want to change a small amount, which means they're going to get a small amount of results in return, right? You always get out what you put in. And she said to me, you know what, it's my time now. I was there for them. And she's talking about this workout partner, but also her kids. And I want to be that role model for my kids. And it's time for me to make this happen. And I just thought to myself, wow, that's a power statement. The opposite is your ego. It's your lizard brain. And Blaine, it's your lizard brain that tries to talk you out of it. It's that reaction out of fear of, I can't afford it. I don't have time. I don't have enough support. There's a number of different ones. I'm going to do it on my own, which means you're going to go back to doing what wasn't working in the past. And that's going to change? No, it's not going to change. We know that from past experience, because I've talked to people that have been trying for 20, 30 years, and they're going to, that self-doubt creeps in. That ego starts to take over, and they're like, you know what? I'm not going to do this for myself. But if you have that power statement and you say, it's my turn, it's my time, I'm going to do this for myself to be a good role model, that could change your entire world. But it starts with that mindset. It starts with that very seed of you believing that you're worth it and making it happen. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for being here. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia, in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with Trueform Life's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. To find out more about the show, Drew Tadia, or to listen to past shows, visit exploringmindandbody.com.